Morning Live, let's take a look at your top stories for News at 8. Trade unions for striking bus drivers say they will intensify their action after wage talks with employers deadlocked on Friday. SATAWU and NUMSA say they also want non-unionized employees to join in the strike. Negotiations have once again deadlocked, though the two sides are now closer to each other. Unions have lowered their demand from 12 to 9.5%, while employers are offering 8.5% for the first year and 8% for year 2. Meanwhile, thousands of commuters have again been stranded this morning. All right, and for more on the story, let us once again cross live to our reporter Mangoba Mkulu, who is now at the Barra taxi rank. Mangoba, I see the sense of frustrations amongst the commuters as it is now. It's after 8. People are supposed to be at work already.
Yes, indeed, police. Those long snaking queues again. This is what we're seeing here at the Barra taxi rank this morning. Of course, many of them very frustrated at this point, knowing that, they should be at work at this hour. And of course, if you can just look at this queue, it's really long, police. And this is not the only queue that's here around Barra taxi rank. There are others there across. In fact, I've spotted about 4 of those queues that are long and snaky. And of course, many of those commuters frustrated at this point, saying that, this bus strike is really being an inconvenience to them. And of course, they're trying to make their ways to work, but it's difficult at this point because the taxis as well, that they can only take a certain amount of load. So they're saying that it's been a very difficult week last week, and certainly this week also looks set to be another frustrating week for them as they try to make their way to work. But of course, let me try and get some of those people to speak to, just to get their sense of frustration about this situation. How is this affecting you? It's the second week now and this strike is on. How are you affected?
Ngiphatheke kabi kakhulu ngoba manje sibalete emsebenzini nabelungu bayaxabana nathi ngaleso sizathu kodwa ke sizofika kodwa kunzima siyabonga.
And enye into kade bayisho abantu ukuthi it's really hitting hard on the pocket because now you have had tickets, monthly ticket and weekly tickets that you are using, but now you have to take out your cash and pay cash for taxis.
Yeah, ngalendlela leyo siluza ibudget ngoba bekade sibudgetele i monthly budget, now sesiluzile ibudget ngenxa yokuthi amabhasi strike.
Okay, let me see if I can get more people here to speak to us, Palisa, here about how this is affecting them. Let me speak to you, Baba. Ngiyazi ukuthi i-strike samabhasi si-affect abantu abaningi. Wena sikuphazamise kanjani, Baba?
Singiphazamise kakhulu mfethu ephaketheni mfethu. Even umqhashi umuntu uyamchazela mfethu akafuni understand. Yeah. So silimele impela nje kakhulu mfethu siyacotha amabhasi abuye mfethu. Yeah.
Nizizwa kanjani by the fact that ingxoxo failed to find a solution?
Mfethu asizwa kahle manje inqubekela phambili asitholi impela siyalimala impela yafuna kamama. Yeah, okay.
Of course, explaining their frustrations, they're saying that it's been a real inconvenience and that they're getting late to work at this point, saying that even the employers are finding it hard to understand the fact that they have to arrive late, and especially now being the second week that the strike is in effect. And of course, many of them saying that they're hoping that a resolution will be reached soon, saying that they are really spending a lot of money to try and get to work, as that some of them had weekly and monthly tickets that they use in buses. But of course, we're hoping to speak also to the taxi drivers themselves, as well as the queue marshals, just to understand how this has affected them.
All right, Mangoba, thank you so much. We'll leave it at that for our reporter there, Mangoba Mkulu, live from the Barra taxi rank. Of course, commuters are complaining about the financial implications, but most importantly, they're running into trouble with their employers for coming to work late.